Hey Taurus, welcome to your November reading. I'm going to jump straight in and start shuffling for you. I'm using the Goddess, the Gods and the Guardians deck for the keywords for these readings of November. And I'm using my Archangel Michael Oracle cards for the main deck. I was actually drawn to do readings with my Archangel Michael for this period of time. And I believe it's because it's kind of indicating that we are all protected during this moment in time with wherever our goals are taking us, with whatever life's kind of throwing at us. It's like we are protected through this process. And that's kind of the energy that Michael kind of embodies as well. It's kind of like that big brother energy. Okay. Almost done. There we go. So let's see what's in store for us, Taurus. Okay, so we're starting with Apollo, divine messages. Here he is, looking all beautiful and chiseled. Now he gives me similar vibes to Archangel Michael as well. He's kind of giving me that angelic feel. I feel as though we are very divinely guided during this time, and I feel like trusting in our instincts is kind of the key to everything that we're going through at the moment. There's like major changes for us, Taurus, for this whole entire year, the next few years. For us, I feel like this is a very monumental time. Uranus is in Taurus, which is the planet of kind of independence and drive to kind of pursue that independence in some area. And I feel like that's kind of throwing us all kind of off balance this year. I'm totally feeling that myself. But I get this sense of trusting in what you know, trusting the messages that are coming through to you. And I do feel as though we are very, very in tune during this moment. So we're in Scorpio season. This is a great season for shadow work. And this is when the messages really do come through very clear from the universe, kind of highlighting in areas that we need to work on, shift and change and kind of flow through is what I want to say as well. So trust in those messages that you are receiving. I forgot. I do need to hold my mic up here. I discovered from doing my videos, I feel like my mic was not working efficiently and it's just not close enough to my mouth, but I don't have a setup that's high enough, so I'm just going to hold it. So this is like us for November, okay? This is what's happening. The first card in the deck is your children are watched over by angels. This again is another card that represents divine guidance and wisdom coming through you, and that you have kind of like a guardian angel with you. So we are currently, as I'm recording this, we are in Halloween season. So if you are in the northern hemisphere, again the veil is thin during this time, so we are very connected to our ancestors, and you'll find worldwide throughout any spirituality, any religion, that it's a time to honor our ancestors, honor the dead, and there's a reason for that. We're very connected, and it means that the messages channel through quite easily. Our dreams as well. I was just checking to see if we have that card. No, we don't. But if you have any dreams that are very vivid, pay attention to what that's saying to you. And remember, I said this to another sign as well this month, that if you are having dreams, you don't need somebody to interpret it for you, because like when you go to a reader, readers read things differently, but how they are intuitively receiving it is the message that you've gone there for. There's a reason you've gone to that reader. There's a reason why you've come to me right now. There's something here for you to hear in the way that I am receiving it. And it's the same with dreams. I really truly feel that the only person that can truly decipher your dream is you, because what it means to you is how you've been received these messages. And it's significant to you. And I think as you're working with your gifts, you begin to realize that how you've received something is just specific to your understanding of the world, the universe, and it's kind of like how your language in a way. It's just learning to trust in that, which is down here, believe and trust, which I'll touch on that when we get there. This card also represents that if you have any children and there's any worries and concerns, it says here, they are guarded and protected during this time and through whatever you're going through. And for me as a Taurus, that brings me comfort because it is a concern with what I'm going through in my life at the moment. I'm always conscious to make sure it's not affecting them, and that they are well and that's like the forefront of my mind. So this card's saying, hey, look, they are guided and protected, and they have their level of protection. The angels are with them. So kind of release all your concerns there. They are protected. It also is a sign again as well. It represents that you have gifts and to believe and trust in that. So with that one, down here we have 2 cards. I will go on to the believe and trust first, but then I'll read them together. So believe and trust is saying trust in your universe, trust in your intuition, and believe in all that you desire, that you can achieve it. It's kind of like trusting in your intuition and going for your dreams. It's sort of saying, hey, yeah, it is reality. Now, this card also represents kind of envisioning where you want to be. So this, if you look at the imagery, I'll show you a bit closer, but the lighting is a bit on and off in this room. In this half of it, there is kind of this dream world. This is the goals. This is where we want to be. And I feel like our drive is towards happiness and kind of freedom. That's the drive towards what we're heading towards in an area. It's going to be independent to you. However, I just feel like universally, as a Taurus, we are aiming to some level of independence on whatever that means for you. So this could be as in more independence in your career, in your family life. Again, like in my instance, it's literally having freedom. I've always been tied to somebody and living my life through somebody, living their life to a degree, never really truly having my own choices. And that's kind of like what I'm coming into now, is really having a choice and being able to shape my life the way that I would like it to be. And I'm seeing that come through in mine, and I'm hoping it's the same for you. But it's saying like you can have it and you're heading towards that, so believe and trust in that, and believe that you are the key here, and like, you know, you're the one holding the tools, you're the one that can get you to where you need to go. Now, this is paired with innocence. So innocence comes when we are perhaps allowing negative doubts and the opinions of others, or just toxicity, to kind of sneak its way in there and cause those niggles of doubt. For sure, I can see, like for me, because I'm going through this, it's very emotional time. I am also Cancer rising as well, which means that I do have an emotional side that I can't help but cry over like things when I'm feeling my truth. And this card represents that. It's a very good representation of that. But it's understanding that you are doing the best you can, given what you're going through, given the tools that you have. You're doing the very best with what you have. And to be kind to yourself. Also to not allow others to kind of, I want to say, harden you. I feel like sometimes some of the things we're going through can really make us shut down. And Taurus, we are great at suppressing our emotions, and so that nobody else really truly knows what we're feeling if we feel our guard needs to be up, right? And this to me feels as though it's like saying, don't let somebody or others harden us. Allow ourselves to be that innocent little pup, and kind of cradle yourself through that. Kind of what you're going through right now, I feel, is that it's for a purpose, but it could hinder us if we allow it to do, like if we, okay, so I'm going to do this a little bit way. So if we allow an experience to kind of make us put our walls back up, when we know that in our heart we're trying to discover who we are so we can allow ourselves to be more comfortable with somebody else, not with someone else, with other people or with our lives, and, you know, be our authentic selves, which is what the drive for us all universally, all signs. I feel like this is saying, like, look, be kind, don't allow that to happen. I hope that makes sense for you, Taurus. Okay, believe and trust, and don't allow the opinions of others to stop you believing and trusting. I will use an example for myself, actually, because it will make sense with what this could mean. So for myself, like, I have this big thing on trust, because I always feel as though I love very deeply, and so when obviously other people have different ways of loving, but so then when I feel like other people are not loving me the way that I love, or they're taking my love for granted, it can make me shut down and not trust. And I'm kind of learning through that. I'm trying to be more open with my love and be more open with people and allow them in and to shine and all that kind of jazz. That's kind of a process that I'm going through personally. But then, like, recently something happened where I was made to feel like I was a burden all of a sudden, and that made me think, oh no, I can't trust anyone, I've just got to rely on myself, I've got to do it all by myself. And I still feel like that now in this moment, but this card's like, for me, saying, Okay, don't let that experience do that to you. Just let, flow through it, accept how it's feeling, face those emotions, understand why you're feeling that way, but don't kind of let it hinder you and hold back because you're doing so good. That's kind of how I would take that if this was a personal reading for myself. It's like, be kind, and understand other people are going through their stuff as well, actually, is what I feel like with that. I'm really hot. It's like all of a sudden in Australia, I'm in Queensland, and it's been like summer has not been coming. It's been so rainy and cold, and then out of nowhere, we've just summer's here. So I'm really hot. So if I do get a bit shiny, that's why. I've just had a shower and I'm all freshly hair dried and everything, but yeah, very hot. Okay, we have Hecate or Hecate. I always say her name wrong when I read it first. Past life healing. This is a really great card. And this represents our witchy selves, Taurus, our healing abilities. But this is a transformative time. This is a healing time. And this is what she comes to tell us, that we are transforming and we're going through so much. And that explains why we have the situations that we're facing at the moment, and this whole entire year. Astrology really is shaping us to have the life that we desire, and it's really all working in our favor. And it does not feel like that through many times of this. There's so many ups and downs, because it's kind of when you say, like with the Tower card is this fine example. The Tower card is about breaking down old opinions, like old things, old ways of knowing, breaking everything down to the core to rebuild something that was better than what you originally had, because it no longer works, it no longer serves. Perhaps there's holes in your walls and it needs to be broken down to the foundation to build something up that's stronger, that's more authentic to who you are now, and that will serve you better in the long run. And that's totally what the energies in the air are about right now. So for me, this is representing that transformation. Now, past life healing, Taurus, I feel like for us specifically, we're going through a lot of needing to let go of things that no longer serve us. And I feel like past lives is something I specifically have always been drawn to. And I offered some past life readings for quite a while when I was doing my readings regularly, doing my personal readings. And I get the sense of there being something there that could be key to you to help you to kind of fix some level of trauma. So again, using myself as an example, it would be to rebuild that trust within myself so that I can then apply that to others, and realizing the core root of that. And I feel like past life, so this could be in this lifetime too, not necessarily another lifetime, though I feel like it's a seed that just keeps reoccurring until we see to this. So have a think on what that means for you. What area do you think this is something I'm struggling with, and it keeps making me go back to that moment, go back to this core thing that's making me sad. I feel a lot of emotion for us, Taurus, because we are being told you need to step up in your life. You need to start leading your life. You've been too complacent for some time. And she's about speaking her truth as well. She is kind of throat chakra. We have a lot of blues, but she also has the symbol on her throat chakra. So speak your truth, own your truth, and wield your truth. She has the flame in her hand, and again, it is blue as the throat chakra. I feel like communicating your desires, your needs, your wants, and even if that's literally just with the universe, just with yourself, it just needs to be communicated now. There's no more holding back and saying, I will think on that later. I feel like now is what you need to think truly. What do I want? How do I get it? And live that. Speak that. Be that. We are manifesting. And Hecate is the goddess of witches. She is all about manifesting and carving the path of where you're going. That's exactly what she kind of represents. And yeah, I'm feeling that for us, Taurus, all the way. Okay, in reverse again, and it is and right next to these. I did a personal reading with these cards yesterday, and both of these cards came up as well right next to each other. So, Taurus, our family and loved ones and us are safe and protected during this time. This is you and your loved ones are safe. It's literally confirming that for you. This card also again represents ancestry. Now, Hecate also represents that too. She's ancestral wisdom. And we also have... well, we have Mother Mary over here, emotional healing. This is all about connecting with our femininity as well, and that does not rely on gender. Even if you're a male, this applies to you as well, or whatever gender you identify. My readings are not gender specific, but femininity is within all of us. We have a feminine and a masculine. We are balanced. And I definitely get this sense of kind of being one with your sensitivity, that feminine side that's going to help you nurture something in your life. And that's what I'm feeling with this. And I feel as though your ancestors are with you, by your side during this time as well. And this, again, the veil is thin. This represents that our loved ones are with us, helping us through whatever it is that you're going through. Sense of humor. This is reversed, so pay attention. It wants you to know, Archangel Michael wants you to know that you need to step away from the seriousness and see the light-heartedness of your situations. It is also saying kind of take a step back and have some fun. But it's saying that, everybody is coming from a place of love with where we are in our life, even when it doesn't seem it. It's not about understanding what other people are doing or saying if they are in the wrong. Like, I feel like here I had to say that. It's about seeing that they are still living their journey, and to them that's their truth and their wisdom and what they need to go through, and to kind of not let it impact your life. This is literally, again, the next card next to that believe in trust and innocence. So I feel as though there is definitely some people or opinions impacting just something in us that kind of can halt us or slow down the progress in this journey that we're going through. And this is saying, look, just detach kind of from that, because they're going through their thing. It's not relevant to you. You kind of let it affect you and it will slow you down, or you can kind of see it for what it is, and just focus on your life and your impact on your life and those around you, I guess. We have Athena. So we're going to have a bit of Greek goddesses and gods here. Even Hecate is kind of European. I think she's Greek as well a little bit. I'm not 100% sure. Not Greek, but like Romany and things. I believe her culture, where she comes from. So she's wise decision. And the owl, I feel as though there's something for you to learn. I feel as though listening to a professional or having some professional guidance through what you're going through is very helpful. But know what you want and what you're growing, and allow a professional to help you get to that space. I do believe, so if you are going through something where it's legal or contractual, make sure you have a professional by your side. So say you are buying a house, going on a move, have a broker that's going to help do all the hard work for you. I feel like that's kind of where this is. If you're doing anything legal, have a lawyer, solicitor, somebody who can help you, who understands the process of what you're going through. I do feel like as though you are protected definitely during this time, whatever you're going through, and you are going to come out more fruitful in what you are setting your heart to. So make sure you kind of stay the course and strongly. I'm getting all of this from this one card. I get just, this is your power and you are protected through this. But again, I get the sense with this, she has this cage over her heart, and I feel as though it's like, protect your heart, your vulnerability while you're going through this. Stay strong, because it is something you want to grow for yourself, even if it's hard. Spend more time outdoors. It was reversed. This card represents literally getting out in nature. What's up, little bug? Okay, give me about 5 more minutes and then I am finished, and then we can go get it. So 5 more minutes. I am a single mom. I got my little boy home, so we may have some interruptions. This is literally get outside, get outdoors. It's kind of allowing nature and taking that moment to rest. In this position and where it is, I believe it's like literally take a step back and breathe where you need to. Make sure you're taking care of your energy. And also, if you are feeling a little indecisive or overwhelmed by the process, go for a walk or go sit outside, get in nature, and collect your thoughts, collect your energy, do a little bit of grounding, walk barefoot on the ground. I just feel like this would be really beneficial to just collect yourself while you're going through something here that seems very overwhelming, or just kind of, I feel like you're facing your fears right now, Taurus, and so that's scary. So I feel like it's saying, look, make sure you are protecting your energy and tending to your needs. Again, reversed, it wants you to pay attention to this card. Your inner guidance is real and trustworthy. So trust in yourself. That again is on the same column of believe and trust. You really do need to trust in your intuition and trust you are doing the right thing. I feel like you know this. We know this, Taurus, but it's that confirmation is just, it's there as a level of making sure that you remember and check yourself. You're doing this for a reason. You are right. Trust in yourself. Trust the process. The first card in the final column, we have Mother Mary, emotional healing. Okay, Mother Mary represents femininity and that divine feminine kind of energy here, and that's why I'm getting a lot of that here, a lot of strength in that. But this is emotional healing also came somewhere else. In that innocence, I do want us to make sure you are tending to your needs and do something that makes you feel good and happy. While we're going through stresses, we sometimes can just put things off. I do this all the time. It's like kind of how I segregate my thoughts and feelings. It's like, okay, I'm focusing on this one thing. And that means sometimes that I'm not tending to my emotional needs because I'm too busy thinking we will face that when the time comes. So I feel like she's here to say, look, it's okay, you're going through a lot, but make sure we're nurturing that side of ourselves. Throat chakra again, communicate. Make sure you are speaking your truth, and that's through your actions. Remember that truth is not just through your words, it's through what you do. Hold integrity, and I feel like Taurus, we are integral beings anyway, but I feel like it's helpful again to yourself to be authentic to yourself and make sure you are tending to your garden and filling up your own cup to make sure that while you're going through this hard times, because I do feel ups and downs here, and I feel like you finally, it took a while to get you to this space, whether it is moving home or whether it is going through something like a change of career, because I'm getting this sense of changes. It's took a while to get to this point where you're finally just like, I've had enough, I'm doing it now, that kind of vibe. So yeah, nurture yourself through it. The first card is the person you're asking about is trustworthy. So this is very similar to the sense of humor card. This is saying that people within the situation are coming from a place of love. I do get the sense that if there's a person or people involved in something that you're going through where you need them to come to your level of compassion, your level, I don't know, just I feel like come to your level is just coming through me. It's kind of like they will get there, or at least come to some kind of agreement with you. I feel as though just trust in the process again is coming through. I do feel a light shining in a direction. I feel like if you make sure that you are being direct and that you are kind of, I want to say being in charge. So you set the things in motion. I feel like the other person will come to that level with time. So trust in that. Trust that everything will be okay. But it is time for you to let go of something. It's time for you to leave an unhealthy situation. Now, this is dual kind of meaning for me because I feel like with everything we've been saying, we need to let go of the worries and the emotions, and we need to make sure that we are being healthy towards ourselves in that way. But I also feel like, again, we've been holding on to something, and I do feel it's in regard to this, like the person who this is talking about. It's time to kind of let them go and let go of the worries that you have around this person. I feel as though that is this divine healing that we're going through, and it's just time to let that go now, and open yourself up to new beginnings. This is a really good reading. I know it feels as though it comes with stresses, but you know, we're going through stuff. This is a journey, and I do feel as though coming into 2023, it's going to be easing into that kind of opening the door, the next chapter. That's what I'm hoping to see next month for us, Taurus. Honestly, I'm hoping to see like death cards, where it's like end of the old, bring in the new wisdom, new beginnings. and just, you know, we've released and let go. That's what I'm hoping for us, and that's what I'm hoping to achieve for myself. So yeah, please like and subscribe to my channel if you are not already, and I'll see you next month, guys.